filet mignon. Yes, please. Everybody in the studio raising their hands. Why not? Because we're going to bring you one of the most affordable ways to get your filet and a high quality filet from Kansas City Steak Company at your house. 3 or 6 pounds of it. These are filet mignon tenderloin tips. I'm going to say that again. Filet mignon tenderloin tips, which means that there's no fat, no gristle, no bone, 100% edible. Delicious flavors, super tender, and today you get it home at a fantastic value. Chef Ralph Pallarino's with us today to talk to us all about it. I want to show you what we have for you today because you can get either 3 1-pound bags, and I'm just going to take this.
Oh, yeah.
I want to show everyone. They come in these 1-pound bags like this, but on the inside, all of these tips, and we'll show you where the tips come from, all those tips are right there inside the bag. And they're all like 1 ounce to 2 ounces,
yeah, so
right?
You get
they're
about
nice
16,
big pieces.
14 to 16 based on the size. Yeah.
If you get the 3-pound option, that 3-pound option is coming home for $16.50 on Easy Pay, and you're also getting the steak seasoning to go along with it. If you double your order, you get 2 of the steak seasoning packets, but here's what you get. A $32 savings. Do you know what it breaks down to?
What's that?
It breaks down to $4.16 per serving.
Oh,
can you imagine going to a steakhouse and getting a 4-ounce petite filet for $4.16?
No.
Doesn't happen.
Never. No.
And this is the kind of steak that is served at the steakhouse because that's who Kansas City Steak Company serves.
Right. So the reason why we did it, so first of all, I just want to show everyone the various sizes that you're going to see in each 1-pound bag. So, for example, this is like closer to 2 ounces, maybe 1 ounce, maybe 1.5, closer to 2.5. So you see the sizes you're going to get. But why did we do this? Because we want to make filet mignon attainable.
Yeah.
Let's face it, it's the most expensive steak there is, and it fluctuates in price, but people love it. Oh, I will get you right here.
And they're so easy to cook.
Yeah. So
this size is easier to cook than a large steak.
Well, of course, because now all you're doing is defrosting these, tossing them with oil, putting them in your air fryer or in your broiler, right?
Melts in your mouth.
It's filet mignon, correct?
And the of course. But the flavor.
Right.
Is so beautiful and it's so tender.
Yeah.
And it just falls apart. Yeah. And at this price, by the way, you can do so much with it.
You can. Let's talk about that. So we have steak and eggs, which is great. On top of it, let's put it on top of a salad, show people what they can do, especially in the summer. We have some peaches, some tomatoes. I like a little fresh mozzarella. You can make some skewers, which you'd go tomato, mozzarella, filet mignon, right? Love that.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And then we'll finish it off with a little balsamic vinegar, which is great, just like that. This is a apple cider one.
I love that.
It's great to make with chili. So you could grind this down in your Cuisinart.
And it just falls apart.
It just falls apart. And then here, this is really fun because this is kind of like an appetizer. So you just give people toothpicks, right?
Yeah.
And they would go in, they would skewer 1 or 2 of the tips, dip it in barbecue sauce, and off they go.
You know, we go to that restaurant, right, on the main line, the Asian fusion restaurant, and they have a tenderloin tip with, it's not with broccoli, it's with like another veggie in there. I think it is like a broccolini.
Yeah.
And they charge $50. And I can tell you, they probably don't have a full like 6 ounces of filet in there.
Isn't that sad?
Right?
Yeah. So a lot of these restaurants on these steakhouses are saying, you know what, let's make an appetizer out of this. And like you say, it's still not attainable. Makes no sense.
No way.
But these, as you can see, are so easy to cook and they're so versatile. I mean, you would never buy an expensive filet mignon and cut it up in little pieces to make appetizers or salad. Look at that.
Notice as you're seeing every one of these, none of them have gristle.
Nope.
None of them have fat. Every one of them is marbled perfectly. Every one of them is so tender. You could see it on the screen how tender they are. You could just bite right through that.
Yeah.
And whether you're making them into a sandwich, whether you're, kind of fork cutting just like that, they're super, super easy. Now, here's what I'll tell you. We have the 3-pound, we have the 6-pound offer. 6 pounds, if you order that, you're saving about $33. That's the one where it breaks down to about $4 per serving. That's going to go up to $109 at the end of the day today. If you're picking up the 3-pound option, that'll go to $73 at the end of the day today. Now, there's no auto delivery. People are ordering the 6-pound.
Right.
And I have fewer than 400 remaining. I just want to remind you, they come just like this, separated in their own 1 pound portions, which is great, right? Because the thing is that 1 pound, you know, like you can,
1 pound is enough for 4 people.
Enough for 4 people and maybe some leftovers.
So let's do this, because you keep saying portion. So on the board, let's kind of create what we think a portion would be. First, let's start with a 4-ounce petite filet.
Okay.
What do you think that would look like? Maybe, what do you think? Tell me when to stop.
Yeah, that one right there. Maybe one more
Stop.
little. Okay, I don't know. You know better than me.
Go
You're
small
the chef.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
That's a 4-ounce petite filet.
Okay,
right
now
there.
let's make it a 6.
Okay.
Let's make it a 6.
That's a $6 petite filet now.
Now that's
a big filet. That's
how about,
not a petite
and
filet.
let's go 8. Look at that. That is a little pile of filet mignon, probably about 8 ounces.
Yeah.
That's a lot of meat.
And you paid $8 for it. Do you know that even if you go to the big box stores, right, like the big, you know, kind of places, like the warehouses, and you buy filet mignon, you're still paying $25 to $30 a pound. And it's not trimmed like this. These are all hand trimmed.
All hand trimmed.
They're all wet aged. Is that correct, Ralph?
Yeah. Let's talk about where they come from.
Yeah.
Okay. So the filet mignon, or as better known as the tenderloin, is about this big. It's about 12, 13 inches long. And in the middle is where you get those big, expensive filet mignons. But what happens is the filet, the tenderloin, it tapers off naturally, and at the ends is where you get the tips. Now, this is why it's unique. You can't go to a grocery store and see filet tips.
No.
Because the butcher would have to cut a lot of filet mignon, and they don't even cut their own filet mignons at most grocery stores.
No, they're usually done at like facilities and then shipped there.
Yeah. So that's why.
So here, you're getting it from Kansas City Steak Company. Now, I will tell you this. If you're not familiar with this brand has been at QVC for over 25 years. Yeah. They've been around for over 75 years. Today, we're bringing you one of their top-selling items at a great value. If you're picking up the 3-pound option, $16.50 gets it home. If you're doubling your order, we don't double the price. You're getting it home for $25, and you're saving about $33, but we only have 300 remaining. And 135165 is your item number. Chef Ralph Pallarino, always a pleasure having you in our show, my friend.
Oh, thank you,
That
everyone.
is a protein-packed meal waiting for everybody this summer, and it's perfect for grilling season. Thank you, Ralph.
See you, buddy.